Daytona Beach, Florida, home to Hankster's Hot Rods, Muscle Car, and Collector Car Showroom. Where we own all of our vehicles, we are not a consignment dealership. During the next 7 to 8 minutes of this video presentation, we are going to go over our buying process. So if you're already familiar with our process or you've watched our videos in the past, please feel free to fast forward to today's vehicle presentation. In Daytona Beach, we have a 25,000 square foot facility where we house 60 to 70 collector cars, all of which we own. Hanksters.com. We are an internet-based business. We have 80 to 100 photographs on our website of each vehicle, along with a 20 to 25 minute video presentation. The reason we have this content on our website is because the majority of the transactions we conduct month after month and year after year are done sight unseen. Yes, people wire us money for $30,000, $50,000, $70,000 cars without ever coming to look at them. However, I do not encourage that you do this. Classic cars, they're awesome, nostalgic, have great looks, get a lot of compliments, a lot of eyeball, a lot of appeal. But they're 30, 40, 50-year-old cars. They are not that brand new car that you're going to go get from your Ford or Dodge dealer or Chevrolet dealership. They all have flaws, deficiencies, weaknesses, tendencies, some of which we try to disclose in our video presentation and in our photos on our website. I encourage you to come in person to check out the car for yourself. We would gladly pull the car outside for you. You can check out the paint condition, interior condition, real good out in the natural light. You can pop the hood, you can pop the trunk, look the car over real good with your own eyes. We have 2 twin post lifts here in our Daytona showroom. We'd be more than happy to put the car in air for you if you'd like us to. You can check out the undercarriage, the suspension components, the bottom of the motor, the bottom of the transmission, the floor pan condition, the tire condition. We'll let you drive the car. You can see how the car stops, starts, steers, accelerates, how the transmission shifts, how the ride feels, if there's any noises you don't like, if there's any kind of vibrations or anything like that you do not like. This way, when the vehicle shows up to you wherever you're at in the United States or in the world, there are no surprises because you were here and you went over the car for yourself in its entirety. In our photo shoots and in our video presentations, we try to represent each vehicle as honestly and as accurately as we possibly can and offer full transparency. However, we can only cover so much content in a 20-minute video presentation, and this is why we encourage you guys to come in person and check the car out for yourself. What happens next? Once you decide on your classic ride, where do we go from here? If you're a cash buyer, we accept cashier's check from your bank and bank wire transfer. And if you're coming to visit us in person, you want to bring us cash, we'll take that too. That does still spend today, believe it or not. Maybe you don't have the cash to buy one of these cars. What are my financing options? We work with a few different collector car lenders that offer terms on these vehicles. The terms start at 5 years and they go up to 15 years. Approval is going to be based on your credit bureau, debt to income ratio, time on the job, time at your residence, price of the car, things like that. I discussed 15-year term. They aren't going to do 15 years on a $25,000 car. There is price cutoffs for that 15-year approval, and obviously you have to qualify on the credit end. The loans from the lenders are simple interest loans, which means if your payment's $500 a month and you pay $800 a month, the extra $300 goes towards principal. Also, no prepayment penalty. So if you get approved for an 8-year term, which is about the average approval term, and you pay it off in 12 months, they aren't going to penalize you for doing so. So that makes it nice to own one of these classics also. Short-term money loans, you can do that. And then you can pull money out of your home equity line or your 401k or pull cash out of the bank, whatever the circumstances that you have are. Once the vehicle is paid for, what happens? The car goes through a pre-delivery inspection process. We sell old cars. Anything can stop working, anything can start leaking at any given moment. Therefore, we put the vehicle through one last shakedown prior to it leaving our facility and heading your direction. We torque the lug nuts, we check the tire pressure, we check the fluid levels, make sure the AC is blowing cold if it's equipped, make sure your brake lights work, your horn works, your wipers work, all of that stuff. Once it's green lighted and the guys say it's good to go, then we detail it. After it goes through detail, a carrier is dispatched if we are the ones handling the shipping. We can typically have a truck here within 48 hours. However, If you're in a more rural or remote destination, or a holiday falls in there, or maybe you're on the West Coast where they do fewer runs because of obviously the travel distance, it may take 3, 4, 5 business days to get a truck here, but I promise you, we know you're excited to get your ride. We are excited we earned your business as a customer. We will get you your vehicle as quickly and as safely as we possibly can. If you're the one handling the shipping, let's say you're sending your own carrier, or you're coming with your own enclosed or open transport, or you're driving the car home because you're close enough, we'll let you know when the vehicle is ready and you can come pick the vehicle up. That about covers our purchasing process here at Hankster's Hot Rods of Daytona. So let's get started with today's vehicle presentation. You know, when I was growing up, there was many different auto manufacturers, but there were really only the big three, right? General Motors, Ford, and Chrysler. You know, Chrysler, Plymouth, Dodge. Nowadays, there's cars driving down the road with all kinds of different badges. You know, Kias, Hyundais, Teslas. Where have our American muscle cars gone? Well, the big three are still in the game. Chevrolet is still putting out the Camaro. Ford is still putting out the Mustang. And Dodge is still putting out the Challenger. And today we have an awesome vehicle, a 2016 Hellcat, Dodge Challenger Hellcat. We have had this vehicle before. We sold it to a collector probably about 2 years ago now, maybe a year and a half ago. And we are fortunate enough to be able to have this car back. 5,200 original miles on the car, real clean car, definitely the right color combination. So let's get started. So underneath the hood, you see that supercharged Hemi motor. You know, unlike our classic car presentations, I'm sure you know, the car has power steering, the car has power brakes, the car, of course, has air conditioning, but pretty impressive, you know, your Hellcat badging, branding here, underneath the hood closure. Very, very great looking car. I particularly love this car because, for those of you that watch our videos, black is my color, and I just love like the wheels on this car and the whole look of the vehicle. And see this little line right here that goes across the hood of the car and on the fenders, and you'll see it on the doors and around the wheels. It's chip guard. So the car is coated with a chip guard. That is on the hood. Like I told you, it's on the fenders of the car. I'll show it to you behind the wheels and everything. But the paint on the car is fantastic. This car is in showroom condition. If I see anything that I need to point out, I will. But today's video presentation is going to be much shorter than our normal video presentation. So the front of the car, you know, you have your halo headlights, SRT grille, lower spoiler there that sits real low to the ground. Let's check out our wheels that are a problem on our sports cars when it comes to, you know, curb rash. Look at that wheel, real nice, and I'd describe it as like a bronze color. Very awesome offset there with the bronze wheel, and then your oversized red caliper, that rotor in there, just a real great look. Look at that SRT on the valve stem there. Here's, again, your chip guard. So this was on the car the last time we sold it, so the whoever probably the original owner was didn't want to you know, take any chances with the paint, so therefore put chip guard on it. Supercharged badge there, again your Hellcat emblem on the driver's side front fender, black. I don't know if you can see that mirrored finish. I mean, the paint on the car is absolutely fantastic. Also chip guard here on the mirror on the driver door. So that's all protected. So the paint on the car is fantastic. All the windows are tinted. You can't even see in the car. It's this is my kind of car. In fact, I should probably buy this car, but I'm here shooting videos all the time, so I'd never be able to drive it. But real great color, real great paint. All your glass, real awesome. Again, all the windows tinted. You know, blacked out. Real sharp looking car. How about we take a look at the interior? Oh, look. So this is all guarded too. See the edge of the door? It's protected all the way down, you know, on the corner of the door there. There's a lip. So, door panel, pretty self-explanatory. Of course, all your bells and whistles. This thing's fully optioned. Power windows, power door locks. Clean Carfax, by the way. I already made mention, 5,200 original miles. Not much you're going to be able to see in there. You do see some courtesy lights above the driver's seat and the passenger seat. Again, I love the floor mats in the car. I think the silver floor mats offset the interior quite nicely. Again, my car, black and silver. The wheels, the tint, I love everything about the car. Back seat, not that you'll be able to really, see. Oh, look, power. It works. It works. Not that you'll be able to see much back there, nor is there really anybody fitting back there but a child or a small woman. And as far as children are concerned, I'd probably keep them out of this car. And as far as women, well, if you want to play with your wife or girlfriend and give them a good scare, you can put them in the back seat and tell them, hold on. Because this car, 700 horse. While we're speaking about that, you have 2 keys here, and I do not know the exact specs. The car comes standard in the black fob with, 520 some, 530 some horsepower, whatever the specs are. I don't have them memorized down to the exact amount of horsepower. And then of course when your red fob is in the car, the dash will indicate that the red fob is in the car, and that puts you at over 700 horsepower. I think it's something like 727 or 730 or something like that. Just a ridiculous amount of power and speed. When I test, I've driven Hellcats, I've driven Demons. I'll tell you, I'll run out of road. I'll get it up to the standard 60, 70 miles per hour or whatever, and that's about where we're going to have to shut it off. I need to make friends with somebody at the Speedway to let us use their track for when we get cars like this. The back window blacked out, your rear window defrost, of course. Here's your chip guard again behind the rear wheels, so you don't have to worry about anything throwing up into there, coming directly off the tire. You have, that's guarded, protected. There's no scratches, no chips, real nice paint. Of course, this car is all original paint. The car does have a clean Carfax. The car is 5,000 original miles. I do not know if it's a 2-owner car or a 3-owner car, I can't remember. But I know the last owner of this car personally. I'm friends with him, so I know exactly where the car came from. And I know how it was cared for, which is very well. 2 times to pop the trunk. 1, 2. Okay. There is probably, maybe, the original floor mats that came with the vehicle. And then, of course, these high-end silver mats in the trunk and in the interior of the car. All real nice underneath here. It smells like a brand new car. It really does. No lie. In the trunk, it smells brand new. When I put that mat down, it wafted up in my face, and I smelled new car smell. And it's a 2016. Not really much to show you on the body lines. They're about as awesome as you can get. I mean, this car, obviously, the car is already a collector's item. With the day and age of all these auto manufacturers converting to electric and some of the last gas vehicles starting to be sold here over the course of the next few years, depending on what state you're in and what badge is on the front of the hood or on the rear of the car. These things are going to be highly sought after. One of the last gas muscle cars, of course, they're being produced 2023, 2024, what have you. However, 2016, there's not going to be any more of these one day. I don't know if it'll be in my lifetime, but eventually there will be no more gas vehicles, I'm sure, with the day and age of everything going into the electric conversion. All the interior in the car is showroom condition. No wear of the leather, the floor mats. Let me see if I'll pull this out for you just for the you know, just to show you, I don't know what you can see when, you know, it's, again, literally, the car smells brand new inside. And very well cared for, very low miles. The upholstery in the car, the leather, showroom condition. There around your center is your carbon fiber. You know, dash up there. Just obviously Dodge did a fantastic job with this car, and continuing their longevity in the business of being one of the leaders of the muscle car industry. It's definitely a piece to talk about. The chip guard there on the passenger side front fender. Again, the oversized wheels, the SRT valve stem caps, the supercharged badging on the fenders. I didn't see anything on the paint that I need to show you. I showed you several areas where the chip guard is present. That takes care of that. As far as the, you know, the hood, the tops of the fenders, you know, listen, if you are a buyer that's looking for perfection, I am picky, okay? And this is about as close to perfect as it gets for a car that is 6, 7 years old and has 5,000 miles on it. I mean, it doesn't get much cleaner than this. The smell, the look, the tire condition, the way under the hood the engine compartment's cared for, as clean as the trunk is. Yeah, pretty impressive vehicle. And I'm happy to have it here again at Hankster's Hot Rods, Daytona Beach. Okay, now comes the tricky part. We got to try to get this car on our rack here. I don't have, now, Hankster's Garage, we got some brand new racks over there. Over here, I get the hand-me-down stuff. So I'm going to try to put this thing up in the air safely, show you a quick undercarriage presentation, and then we're going to take it out on the road and drive it. Okay, I'm not going to get carried away. I'm sure all of you are familiar with you know, a newer vehicle and all the bells and whistles and creature comforts that we have nowadays. So I'm just going to run through just a couple things. First of all, this thing has a power steering wheel. In, out, up, down. Tack, of course. Fuel range, temperature outside, temperature in the, you know, of the motor. Speedo, of course, that's going to function. Power windows, power door locks, power mirrors, AC, automatic car. State-of-the-art sound system, you know, lights, paddle shifters if you want to shift it, you know, like a race car. There's all different ways to go into the instrument cluster and configure your different, you know, drive patterns, tendencies, you know, what you want to kind of tinker around with, whether you want to do it in performance mode or, you know, there's all kinds of different modes. Heated seats, probably air-conditioned seats, power seats, by the way. Speaking of which, I need to figure out how in the hell to put my seat back. Oh, there we go. Okay. All right. You know, connect your phone, Bluetooth, satellite radio if, you know, you pay for that service. What else? Start, stop. I told you about the 2 key fobs. You know, if you don't want to get in trouble, leave the red one at home. If you want to get in trouble, take the red one with you. I don't know. What else you guys want to know? Just a fantastic car. So we're going to take it out, and we're going to take a little test drive and show you the fun of owning a 2016 Dodge Challenger Hellcat. Okay, here we are inside our Hellcat. Of course, all my normal operations here. I mean, car tracks perfect. Obviously, steering's precision. You have both a digital tack and a digital speedo and an analog speedo. So the digital speedo is in the center, and then your analog is over there. I don't know if they make this car to go any less than 50 miles an hour. It's like, I'm doing 50 right now. I'm in a 40, okay? But I'm doing 50 and it doesn't even feel like I'm moving. Like literally, the car is just so powerful. I don't know if I've driven them several times. Even like the Mustangs, some of the, the newer GT 500 Mustangs, they're just insanely, I mean, the throttle response and the power of the vehicles is just, it's a lot different driving a 1970 Dodge Challenger than a 2016 Dodge Challenger, that's for sure. The power is just night and day. Oh, green light. As you can see, no lack of horsepower in this car. Just a way more horsepower than you're ever going to need. You just run out of road, but the performance is outstanding. It's breathtaking. If you've never actually driven one, it's just incredible how fast you can get going in no time. Look, I hit 100 miles an hour in probably less than a quarter mile. I mean, it's just, yeah, very, very cool car. Kudos to Dodge for keeping the muscle car alive. Our business, our industry here that we do day in and day out. This is something that, you should be proud to own if you're a collector, if you've always wanted a Hellcat, whatever your circumstances are. This is an outstanding car. I personally love the car. It is my color combination, black exterior, silver interior, all the windows tinted, the bronze, this copperish, whatever color. I'm sure there is a technical name for them actually on the window sticker of the color of the wheels, the rims, but just a really great looking car. 2016 Dodge Challenger Hellcat. 5,289 miles is the actual miles on this car. So quiet in here, so tight in here. It's like you're in a cockpit of an airplane. It's really cool. 386-944-9219 is our contact phone here in Daytona Beach. Hanksters.com is our website. It's where you can find all the photos of this Hellcat today, along with this video presentation you're watching right now. This car does not include warranty at any price point. We do not warranty any Hemi motor, because if you break it, it's expensive to fix. But don't break it. But no, this car, pretty bulletproof. But we will offer shipping with this vehicle. So at full retail price, this car does include shipping in the lower 48 United States on an enclosed carrier. And a car this beautiful, you definitely want to ship on an enclosed carrier. So we include shipping on an enclosed carrier at full retail price anywhere in the lower 48 United States. Is the price of the car negotiable? It is somewhat. I mean, there's not a whole lot of margin on this particular car. They're worth what they're worth. You can look them up wherever you choose to look them up. Are you going to be able to find one this low miles, this clean, unmodified? Maybe. But we have one, and there's a desirability factor there. Therefore, that commands a dollar amount. So, but the price of the car is somewhat negotiable if you don't want the shipping. If you're local to us here in Daytona, or you want to send a driver that you've used in the past, you're familiar with, or you want to come trailer to home yourself, all that's fine and dandy. I'm good with that. We don't make any money off the shipping. We simply provide it as a convenience to our buyers. So, negotiations on the car are, are realistic. Negotiating dollar amounts are offered or available on this particular 2016 Hellcat. Hanksters Hot Rods is located in Daytona Beach, and we would love to earn your business and add you to our growing customer base. So check us out, Hanksters.com. We have a fantastic Clean Carfax, low miles, very powerful 2016 Dodge Challenger SRT Hellcat.